I got an interesting email from one of our masterclass subscribers, Peter Herzum, and he was requesting guidance on how to play comping behind a soloist for the tune Spain by Chick Corea. Now the tune moves along pretty quickly, so it's not always obvious what chord voicings to play, what rhythms to play. Unfortunately, I don't really have a saxophone or trumpet player handy that we can do this video with, but what I did do is I recorded along with a backing track and I played some general comping as if a soloist was playing. So there's some rhythms in there, there's some great voicings. Let's listen to a little bit of that recording. I'll stop every now and then and talk about what I'm doing, and then I'll pull up some sheet music, which I'm going to post at the end of the video. I'm going to put a link to that. And when we look at the sheet music, we'll talk about specific voicings and specific rhythms, and you've got a great guide on how to approach it the next time you're playing Spain with a band. Interesting voicing there at the end where I play something like this, which includes like minor seconds. It's a dominant seventh chord. It's a great way to kind of make your playing sound a little bit more modern. The other thing I wanted to point out is as I'm playing here, you can see it's very rhythmic. You're almost acting like a drummer. And what you're trying to do is just find interesting rhythms and polyrhythms and obviously chord voicings to play behind a soloist. Let's keep listening. And you can see that I'm always not just playing chords, there's little melodies in there. When you play those melodies, it's a good idea not to be doing that behind the soloist. So what you're doing is listening for gaps in their playing and picking your spots where you're going to put in these little melodies. So the chord there is G major 7, and you'll notice that I'm playing almost like blues with little grace notes. Interesting rhythm there, like da 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 da, you know. You just have to be as musical as you can while performing with the soloist. So you can see that I'm not really just using simple chords, I'm moving around the inversions of those chords. It's a really good idea to obviously know the chords that you're playing and have ideas for inversions. Okay, what I want to do now is switch to the sheet music that I wrote out. It has this rhythm for the Soli of Spain. I'm not really going to focus on that. I've got other videos that talk about that. Let's scroll down to where the solo section starts. You can see that coming out of that rhythmic section, you're playing and introducing the soloist with the actual melody of the tune. And that's the first chord of the solo section at bar 12. I've taken a screenshot so I can make a few notes here and draw on the screen. You'll notice that the chord voicings here happen on beat 1, beat 4, and beat 3 of the next bar. So this is what's called a polyrhythm. You're basically playing 3 over 4. The beat would be like this, 1, 2, 1, 2. And the voicings are pretty open. It's high on the piano. You've got fourths in the right hand. And in the left hand, you've also got fourths. Now you can sidestep that if you want to. Just go up the scale. And the scale that we're using in the key of D is this scale. It's a G Lydian scale. So just anything from that scale, voiced as fourths works really well. Stick around because a little bit later I'm going to post a link to the sheet music that I've written out. It contains some great rhythms and comping ideas for Spain. Let's move on to the next bar where we've got this F#7 chord. You'll notice that the voicing is a tritone in the left hand, third in the seventh, and in the right hand, just a simple D major chord. Get this sound. It's like D over C7 or D over F#7. Nice. And then following that, we're still on F#7, except we're going to play like this little melody here. So those 4 bars goes like this. Again, you want to find opportunities with your right hand to play those little melodies to kind of make it sound a little more musical rather than just shots all the time. And generally, if you look at the chord rhythms, there's nothing consistent about it. You're basically creating ideas on the fly, and every rhythm is a little bit different than the one that came before it. Now, there might be some repetition in there, and that's fine too. It's just, again, you're trying to be as musical as possible. Let's take a look at this E minor 7th chord. You've got thirds over chordal voicings in the left hand, like this. So instead of the rhythm being dotted quarter, dotted eighth, it's a dotted half note and a quarter note. It's the same rhythm, it just lasts twice as long. Then when you get to the A7 chord, it's a nice sound there. You've got the B flat in there, which is the flat 9. And then we start inversions of D major 7. Like I said before, while we were listening to the recording, it's a good idea to get as many inversions of your chords in there as you can. And then shift down the piano, get a little bit lower. A couple of inversions of G major 7 chord. Then when we get to the C sharp half diminished 7th chord, again, we're back to this polyrhythm. Beat 1, beat 4, and beat 3 of the next bar. Let's play it from the E minor 7th chord right through to the F#7 chord. So we've got 3 lines here, basically 12 bars. 1, 2, 1, 2. And then on the last line, we're getting back to this B minor 7th chord. So we've got, again, you'll see a lot of those rhythms, dotted quarter, and then eighth note, and then also a dotted half note and quarter note. So that rhythm is kind of nice in jazz. Obviously, it's more like a swing type rhythm, and of course, this is really fast, so the swing might get lost a little bit. It might almost sound like straight eighths, but it does swing. And then the very last 2 bars, you're getting back to the melody, just to kind of take the soloist back to the top of the tune. And the bass player might mimic that. The drummer might be in there as well with some shots. Let's listen to a little bit more of the recording in the background, and while it's playing, I'm going to post a link to the sheet music up here in the corner. This is the sheet music that we've been using in this tutorial. It contains the different voicing ideas and obviously the rhythmic ideas as well. And if I could just kindly ask you to make a comment on the video, maybe let me know what you think of these comping ideas. Of course, this is not the only way to approach comping in Spain or any other fast tune for that matter. There are a million ways to approach it, but maybe you got a few good ideas from it and it'll help you the next time you comp behind a soloist. And if you're looking for more comping ideas, left hand, right hand on other standards, I've got a few videos on my channel that talks about this. You might want to check out this one next.